Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. Um, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. I know that this is about happy, healthy habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. However, Robin's not going to be able to join us today. You know, she is doing some, um, what do you call it? Caregiving. Yes, her mom is not well, and in spite of all of that, Robin's been showing up for us, and we just want to thank her for that in the midst of all of that, and for her sacrifice in being a caregiver. Um, in the meantime, I want to talk to you and let you know that I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. I want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and we are the Biz Chicks. And we come in here once a day, Monday through Friday, and talk about different issues. And today we're going to be talking about health. Robin has, of course, lined up a special guest for us, which I'll be introducing shortly. But I just wanted to say that one of the most important things about being a caregiver is to make sure you take care of yourself. Because you know, here at Biz Chicks, our favorite line is don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Yes. So we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle and run a profitable business that's fun to run. And if you don't have your health, you can't keep your wealth. So, with that, we just want to thank everyone. I want to introduce to some and present to others. Um, we are going to be having Linus Woods Mullins coming into the studio shortly. And I want to say about Linus. Linus has a business that ministers to the holistic approach to living and to wellness. She's a holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40. And so if you have some dietary needs, she's great about nutrition. She does wonderful things about how to relax and talks to us about the different things that we confront in our 40s. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Linus up into the studio and I want you to welcome her. And I'm going to take this banner down because Robin's not in the studio right now. All right, here we go. And Linus, are you ready? Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna
Hi,
put hi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you today, Terry?
All is well. You know, my grandmother used to say everybody's sitting up and taking nourishment. Okay.
Hey, I heard that. All
Yes,
depends on what kind of nourishment you're talking about, but we all,
exactly. I think she just meant everybody was eating. Okay.
everybody's eating, everybody's breathing, got a roof over our heads.
That's the threshold right there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So, Linus, I introduced you, but I think you can tell us more about what it is you actually do, who your audience is, so that we can call them in and have them know how they can benefit from what it is you do.
Sure. I'm a holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40. And I help women to vibe, to be more vibrant, more intuitive, more beautiful, and more empowered to live a healthy and well midlife. And I do that by creating coaching programs, events, webinars. I write ebooks, I have a podcast, I have a magazine, I have online classes, a plethora of things to teach
Mhm.
women about nutrition, about movement, the importance of spiritual renewal, and the various holistic practices, all that work together to help them to stay well in their mind, body, and spirit. I've been doing this for 16 years, and in that time, I have helped women to lose unwanted pounds and inches, improve their gut health, balance their hormones, release their anxiety and stress, and just to feel better along their wellness journey in midlife. Um, I've been, like I said, been doing it for 16 years. And one of the things that I have learned during this whole time is that every woman is different.
Mm.
Just helps so much to have your toolkit of things that you go to when when you know your hormones aren't quite right, when you're going through menopause symptoms, when you have PMS symptoms, when you've gained those extra 5 or 10 pounds, when you're sleepless, when you're stressed out, when you're feeling anxiety, when you're a little depressed. Well, I'm the person that you go to help you get those toolkits together, so you can just go into that that toolkit, pull that idea out or that concept or that tip out and say, okay, great. This is what I know I can do that can work for me. So that's what I help women to do, is to get as much information as they can so they can build up their own toolkits.
Wow. That is amazing. That's why I wanted you to tell us what it is you do, because you explain it so clearly, and it's something that we all need. I just so I knew that somewhere in there, each of us could relate to something that you provide. And so today, what do you have for us?
Well, today I thought I would just go back to the basics, and that is giving you some ideas on the kind of nutrition you should be eating after 40. In fact, you know what? I would really like to start a vibe toolkit, and I'm going to start doing
Mm.
that. And this vibe toolkit is going to have a lot of tips and tools that you should be
Mhm.
incorporating in your wellness regime, because after 40, things begin to change. After 50, they definitely change. And after 60, I'm definitely way after 60, it definitely begins to change. And each time your toolkit's going to change too. But I
Ah.
thought today that I would talk about nutrition in particular. Those things you definitely want to make sure are part of um, your diet, and those things that maybe you don't want to have as part of your diet. Now, before I say all this, as I said before, everybody's different. And there's also different schools of thought in terms of what you should and should not eat, depending on what it is you're trying to achieve. I'm just talking about overall healthiness. I am not talking about losing
Let
weight.
me give you the stage. Hold on a moment.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not talking about losing weight necessarily.
Mhm.
I'm just talking about eating healthy. I do believe that if you're eating healthy and if you're clean eating, which is getting the best kind of food you can find, your sourcing is really good. You're eating organic, you're getting fresh fruits and vegetables from the farmer's market, you're not eating a lot of processed things. I think that a lot of times some of that unwanted weight you don't want will fall off anyway because you're eating better. But today I just wanted to focus on those particular things that can really help you to eat better. Things that you definitely want to have in your diet so that you can thrive, so that your immune system can be healthy, so that you can minimize the pounds and inches that you're gaining as you age, and so you can feel good in your body. So, first of
Mhm.
all, let's start with, I'm going to give you 10 things that I think are really important. The first one, and this is not in order of importance, just the first one, calcium rich foods. You want to make sure that you are eating calcium rich foods, and you can get calcium from your dark green leafy vegetables. You can get calcium from fortified foods that have calcium fortified, like your milk, for instance. Although I don't encourage people over our age drinking a lot of milk because of the mucous membrane that sometimes it contributes to, or
Mhm.
if you're lactose intolerant. But you can get plant-based milk, like for instance, almond milk has 50% more calcium than whole milk. So you definitely want to be aware of your calcium health, especially after menopause. The other thing that you really want to add to your diet is turmeric, because turmeric
Mm.
has some, it's a spice, and it has something called curcumin. And curcumin is a product that helps with being that helps with anti-inflammation.
Inflammatory.
And
Okay.
yes, yes, and that is so important. Turmeric can help reduce joint pain and inflammation. You can put turmeric on your rice. You can put turmeric on your eggs. You can put turmeric in your soups. It has a spice, not a spicy flavor. You definitely can tell the flavor, but it also kind of takes on the flavor of whatever you are cooking. I use
Mm.
turmeric, a little bit of turmeric sometimes on my brown rice. Now, I don't eat as much brown rice anymore as I used to, because I know that for me, even though it's a great fiber, it's not the best thing for me to be eating if I'm trying to reduce pounds and inches. So I put a little bit of turmeric on my potatoes and on my soup or on
Can
my
you put
lentils.
can you put turmeric in a smoothie? You know, the powder?
You could. I have so much to say about smoothies because a lot of people think that if you're drinking fruit smoothies, you're going to be healthy. In
Mhm.
some ways, you are. But if you're going to do the smoothies, I really recommend green smoothies with minimal fruit in it, only because it's so much sugar. And so
Mhm.
many times people end up gaining weight with smoothies. So if
Mhm.
you're going to be doing smoothies, do a green smoothie with fresh green leafy vegetables, some celery, maybe a little bit of apple, cucumber. You can add a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of ginger,
Mhm.
maybe a smidgen of a pineapple and berries. But piling up with a bunch of fruit and stuff, it tastes delicious. And yes, it is fruit, but it's got so much sugar in it. If your goal is to get healthy and maybe drop a couple pounds, smoothies are not the way to go unless you have green smoothies. But yes, you can put almost anything in
Okay.
your smoothie. The other thing is avocado. Now, this is a creamy fruit. It's a great source of healthy fat, fiber, and potassium, and it's really good for supporting heart health. And you get a certain level of satiety. You feel full when you use avocados. Like, for instance, one of the best green smoothies is when you add avocado. It makes it creamier. It takes on the taste of the
Mm.
vegetables you have in there. You don't, it's not going to taste yucky unless you just don't like avocado. And it's so good for you. Now, I've heard some people say, well, gosh, I don't want to eat too much avocado because it's high in calories. What I have learned this summer with the studies that I've done when it comes to weight loss,
Mhm.
it's not so much about the calories, it's about the nutritive value. And if the nutritive value is high, then you're going to feel less hungry, and as a result
Mm.
not eat as much. I would recommend for those people who love avocado, one avocado a day is fantastic. Yeah, it's high in calories, but it's good calories, not junk
Mhm.
food calories, because junk food calories, your system goes through it and then you're hungry again, you want to eat more.
Mhm.
Avocado, you will stay full. So maybe a little avocado with your eggs, avocado in your salad. And the other thing is that avocado is fat. The omega-3 is one of the fats, and that's fat soluble. So
Uh-huh.
that means that when you eat avocado in combination, let's say with fiber, your body is going to combine the two of those, and the digestive process of the fiber is so much better, and it doesn't get sloughed off in your urine. A lot of people don't realize that you need fat. I am definitely not for the non-fat, low-fat diet.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
no longer receive
Huh.
that any longer. 2% fat milk. It's a great way to get some healthy fat in your diet by drinking whole milk because it's better for you. 2% milk actually, the process itself takes away from the nutritive value, but because we have a tendency not to have a lot of fat in our diet because we're thinking, you know, we're dieting and all of the kind of stuff, but we
Mhm.
have to be careful over 50 especially to make sure we have enough fat in our diet, enough good kind of fat, so that our joints work well, so our digestive process goes well. So avocado, I highly recommend. Another thing is lean protein. Um, I highly recommend uh, lean cuts of beef or poultry or pork. I'm not a pork eater. I don't eat pork because of the sodium or salt in it. I don't eat beef, just haven't for years. But I do eat poultry and any cut. Um, Actually, the fattier cut of poultry is actually better for you when
Oh,
it comes
now
to
that.
dropping weight. Yes, I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
When you're eating like this is skinless poultry, that's okay. But poultry with the skin is even better because you need that fat combination when it comes to helping you absorb the other nutrients that you're eating in your meal. So a broiled thigh with the skin still on it, just make
Yes.
sure it's organic. You want to make sure that it's organic in terms of how the poultry was raised, grass fed,
Mhm.
not grain fed. You also, another lean protein would be lentils. Lentils are excellent. Chickpeas. I would be careful about eating a lot of beans. I just went through a period of constipation, quite frankly, and I realized it's because I had stopped eating a lot of beans. So I ate some beans and then ate some raisins and prunes, and I was fine. So, occasionally using the rice and the bean combination for your
Mhm.
complete protein is okay, but it's really extra special if you can do the lean cuts of beef and the poultry with skin, of preferably sides, and legumes. Now, people ask me about tofu. I like tofu, but I don't eat a lot of it because sometimes it can raise your estrogen levels. And if you're having problems balancing your estrogen levels, that's probably not the best thing to do. And also, it's processed, it's still processed. And
Mm.
clean eating is one of the best ways to stay healthy. So I would be careful in eating too much of tofu. Greek yogurt is absolutely the best because it's a probiotic and it really helps to promote gut health and also provides really good calcium for you. Um, nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds can be good. Sometimes they can contribute to inflammation. So it really depends on the individual. If I were to choose nuts, I would probably choose almonds because it's got, such great omega-3 in it. But when you do eat any nuts, you want to just make this little handful, not the whole bag, because it is fattening, it's high in calories, but it's good for supporting heart health and reducing the risk of chronic disease. I can't say enough about berries. Berries are fantastic. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, they're loaded with antioxidants. They help to prevent against age-related cognitive decline,
Mm.
and they also support skin health. And people ask me all the time, what do I do with my skin? And I do have a skin regime, but part of what's going on with my skin is I drink a lot of water and I eat a lot of salads. Um,
Mhm.
and a lot of berries. I don't eat a lot of meat, and all of that contributes to having a healthier, glowing skin. So, eat
Really?
berries.
What? That's
Absolutely.
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. Tachi says she likes hi Dr. Tachi. She
Hi,
says
Dr. Tachi.
to be honest, I like it when the skin on roasted chicken is crispy. Uh,
It's perfectly fine to eat it, especially if you're a person who's been doing a lot of low fat stuff and you're older.
mhm,
Quit that low fat stuff. I mean, don't go crazy and go out and, get a bunch of fried chicken. I didn't say fried chicken, broiled chicken or air fried
mhm.
chicken, but it really is better for you, believe it or not.
Wow, I just hadn't thought of that, leaving the skin on because everybody's talking about taking the skin off,
I know.
but it does taste better when the skin is on.
And because it's a healthy fat, once again, it's fat soluble. When you eat it with other things, it helps to absorb the nutrients much more quickly and more
Ah,
completely. Yes. If you're eating like a salad with
mhm,
chicken breast, now
yes.
if you have some avocado in there, then that will help in terms of absorbing the nutrients because once again, it's fat soluble. But if it's
Mhm.
just like a chicken breast with salad, you're not going to get that fiber benefit the way you would because the breast has no fat in it at all. So, I always tell people just to be on the safe side, eat an avocado with everything. That way, that way you know for sure you're getting something that's fat soluble and is helping to absorb the nutrients of the other food that you're eating.
Okay.
Dark
We
leafy.
have one more comment. She says,
Yes.
Dr. Tachi says, I'm lactose intolerant, but Greek yogurt is fine for me.
Oh,
Mm,
it's interesting. A lot of people can do Greek yogurt, but they can't do the lactose. Now, there are other yogurts that you can do that are vegan, but
mhm.
again, those yogurts are processed. So,
Yes.
it does the trick, but it's not as good. What, honey? What do you need? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Did you know I'm on the computer right now, okay? Okay. Did you want this back? Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. That's my granddaughter. I'm taking
Okay.
care of my two and a
You
half
know what? We
granddaughter.
love grandchildren.
Yeah,
We're all about them.
I'm here
They make
visiting her in San Antonio. Did you say hi? Did you say she looks a mess, but that's okay.
all right.
She's at
She
home.
just woke up. That's
She's
right.
at home with grandma. Um, let's see. The other thing I was dark green leafy vegetables, spinach,
Mhm.
kale, Swiss chard. They're all packed with vitamins and minerals, antioxidants that support your bone health and the risk of chronic diseases. Romaine is really good. Iceberg lettuce, it's got a lot of water in it, but it does not have that many minerals in it. So I just if you stay with the dark green leafy like the spring mixes and things like that,
Uh-huh.
then you're doing really good. And again, if you can add that avocado with it, or use a little bit of olive oil with it because that can help as well. But the best is the avocado because again, olive oil is processed. I mean, you got to pull, the oils from the avocado. I
Okay.
would say one of the main things when it comes to eating healthy is
Hmm.
to look for as little processed foods as possible.
Okay.
That will You will lose weight if you're not eating processed foods, sugary beverages, trans fat foods, like the fried and baked goods, high
Hmm.
sodium foods. You'll be surprised how many of our foods have a lot of sodium. Processed meats like the bacons, the sausage, the hot dogs, the worst, worst, worst. Refined carbohydrates, artificial sweeteners, and refined carbohydrates are things like white flour, white bread, sugary cereals. They all are responsible for blood sugar spikes and weight gain. Fried foods, absolutely not. All the things you kind of already know, but even as we get older, not indulging in these things are even more important. And here's something I learned about alcohol. You know how
Hmm.
they say, oh, red wine is good for you, no
Yes.
problem, right? Well, a half a cup, which is maybe 4 ounces of, let's say, red wine, uh,
Hmm.
impedes the digestive process in such a way that you will not lose weight for 2 weeks if you're on a diet.
What?
2 weeks.
Oh
So if
my
you're on a
goodness.
diet and you have these goals, I would say no alcohol at all. And then when you reach your goal, whatever it is, maybe a little bit once a month or something like that. But
Hmm.
no, no alcohol. It is. There's so many studies that are coming out in terms of how it really is not good for us in any kind of way. Now, I have my red wine, and if, in the evenings. But when I get home, I'm putting myself on a different kind of regime. I've been kind of lackadaisical because I'm away from home, and
Hmm.
because I'm doing caregiving, I'm emotional eating. But that goes away once I step off that plane in Sacramento tomorrow morning. I mean, this boom! I'm like I'm stepping into another universe. Of clean eating, organic eating, healthy eating, no Cheez-Its, those are out the door, no any of that stuff. And
Wow.
it's more than just trying to lose the weight. It's not that. I feel better when I don't indulge in that. I can tell the difference.
Yes, especially in our um what do you call this thing where your joints and your different places it just makes a difference whether or not you're taking in a lot of milk products.
Right, right, exactly.
Hmm.
Oh,
Dr.
God bless you. God bless you, Dr. Tachi. No, I have 5 grandchildren with one on the way. That's the other thing, Terry. My daughter, who's 36, is due any day. Any
Wow,
day.
what state is she in?
She's in Sacramento. She's trying to hold on, waiting for me to come back. So she's
Oh
waiting for me to come back
yes,
so I can help with the.
yes. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Mhm, mhm.
Dr. Tachi, I am 66 years old and I have 4 grown daughters. The oldest one will be 40 year after next. So
There you go.
I don't have any little ones. Yeah.
And I have a daughter in Texas who's expecting. She's expecting in January. Yeah, I
Wow.
guess we're going to be traversing the globe for a while.
Yeah. I asked the daughter who's having the baby, I said, well, can you come to my house? Have the baby and just come over here. So I don't
Are
have to
you
leave my
kidding?
house.
This is her first baby too? I don't think so.
No,
Huh?
it's not her first one. This is her
Okay.
third. She has an
Oh,
18
okay.
year old, an 8 year old, and now
Oh
this one.
my. Yeah, she
Yeah.
spread them out.
Yes,
Wise
she
woman.
did. She and her husband were like, well, it's a miracle baby. They certainly were expecting that. That's for sure. She thought she was done, but hey, you never know. But you
Hey.
know what? When you are living well and eating healthy, your body supports you in ways that you would not imagine. And things that you think would be you're too old for, all of a sudden you're not. Because you're eating
It's like
because you're eating
surprise.
healthy, you're exercising, you have low stress, all that kind of thing creates an environment for you to do things that maybe normally you would think someone your age would not do. I know because I'm living it. I
Hmm.
haven't been that great, but the last few weeks. But in general, my lifestyle is very healthy, and at 66 is definitely supporting me. There's no doubt about that.
This is a blessing. I,
Yes.
I'm just so glad to hear these things because these are things that are going in my smoothie. Let me tell you a little bit about my smoothie. Look, I'm
Okay.
just gonna get personal about
Yeah.
in the morning I use that spring mix in my smoothie
Mm-hmm.
and I add the berry mix, the 4 berries. I
Mm-hmm.
add a little bit of that. Then I put some ginger and that's about it.
That sounds good. The
Oh,
berries are a
I
must-have.
put some juice in there to make it,
Hmm.
you
I
know,
would I would get rid of the juice and just use the water.
just use water.
I would
Okay,
use water. Yeah, I would get rid of the juice because that, believe it or not, is
that
your
spikes
greatest
it
source of
up.
sugar. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's your greatest source of sugar. And it's not even a weight gain thing, but if you are working on taking a look at your blood sugar levels, which is something that we all need to be looking at, especially after 60, I
Yeah.
would let go of the juice. And you
Okay.
can add maybe a little bit more flavor by using maybe a pineapple slice or a
Uh,
apple. An apple is also sweet too.
okay.
Green apples in particular are great for smoothies. They're lower in um, sugar, and
Okay.
they're also great for your gut. So, maybe green apple, celery is not really sweet, but it kind of adds a little flavor to it. But basically, we have to work on our palate in terms of
Mm-hmm.
what we require when we say something tastes good. Just have to work on the palate and say, well, no more sugar. That's just it. No more sugar. You know,
And
like I
I think,
haven't had white
mhm.
sugar in coffees or anything like that in years. I don't even like this
And when
taste.
you get rid of the sugar, when you taste something with sugar, I mean, you can feel it. You can.
Oh my God. The other day I was thirsty and I was just, like I said, I haven't been that great. And there was an open Sprite can that one of my grandchildren had, and it was cold. We had just come in from outside hot. It was cold. I said, "Oh, I took one sip and I was like, ooh, it was so sweet. Ooh, horrible."
Mhm.
I told my daughter, I said, "Do not give them this anymore. This is so full of sugar." I mean, it was just, ugh. I could feel it go throughout all my body and everything else. And that let me know, okay, I haven't been that bad because I
Uh-huh.
had a reaction
When
to
you
it.
can feel it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a reaction
Oh
to it.
my goodness. Well, thank that was helpful to know that okay, I'm doing some things right. If I just take out the juice, I'll be even better. So
Yes,
that's good.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. You're
Okay.
welcome.
So where were we on? We're down around number 6 or so.
Actually, that's all 10 of them.
Okay, so these were multiples in here.
Yep.
You
You
know
got
what, Lennis?
mhm.
I just I just want you to know that every time you come on here, you have such valuable information, and I always learn something that I can apply to my life. And that's what we love at BizChicks. We like things that are easy to understand and easy to apply. And so, guys, if you smoothie has juice in it, you might want to switch to water. Okay.
Might want to switch to water. Might want to check that out. Yeah. Yeah. If really, it really defeats the purpose if your goal is to lose weight or if your goal is to eat healthier. It's just a little, this is an incremental fix, but it will make a huge difference.
Okay. Well, Linus, we want to find out. Do you have something special going on? Um.
Well, I'm going to be launching a Patreon pretty soon, and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be a membership site for people who just want more of this kind of information. My podcast will be there. My bonus interviews with the people I interview will be there, as well as all kinds of tips and things. My webinars will be there. And I'm also going to have some guest contributors. A musicologist, she's going to be contributing, talking about high frequencies and music and what it can do for for our soul healing. I'll have an energy healer that's there, an aromatherapist. So that's going to be I wanted to roll out October 1st, but I'm here. But that should be rolling out by November 1st. But in the meantime, so you can find out when that's going to be ready, you can click on my link tree and look for the Vibe Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond group. That's on Facebook, and join my group. We have 22,100 women who are all talking about ways to be well in your mind, body, and spirit. And if you happen to be someone who wants to get in front of that very target demographic of women over 40, I do have an advertising package for the group. So if you're a coach or an entrepreneur, a small business person, if you have a product or service that you want to get in front of this very, very consumer oriented group, please message me on Facebook and I will send you some information. It's very affordable, and I'm getting ready to do some new pricing for the holidays.
Amazing. So, guys, if you're looking for this, I'm going to put it on solo screen so they can see it really clear, Linus. This is what her link tree looks like. I put the link tree in the chat, guys, so that you can find it. And it's also up on the screen right now. So, you know, when you see this cover, that you are in the right link tree for Linus Woods Mullins.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Mhm. Yes, so we look forward to hearing more about what's going to happen in your Patreon group. Make sure you come back so you can let us know how we
I
can
definitely
be of
will. I know I'm
assistance.
coming. I set some dates up with Robin. I'm going to make sure that I'm take a look at those dates again and make sure that it's right around the time I'll be debuting my Patreon.
Fantastic. Now, that's your granddaughter? Is that your granddaughter? Tell her we said hi. And we wish you well in all your endeavors. We wish you safe travels, Linus. And we just want to thank you so much for taking time out
Just
of
like
your
I'm
day.
buffering. I'm buffering quite a bit.
Okay, can you hear me? All right. All right, so we're going to say bye-bye and thank you again for all that you do. Bye. Okay, guys, we just want you to know that, hey, it is so important to take care of your health. Take care of your health. Health can be wealth. And remember, it's okay to make money in your business. So go to the front of your own line. And if you're looking for help with your social media, you can find us at BizChicks. And let me take the other banner off so that you don't think that I am Linus. Yes, you can find BizChicks at 33777. Also, you can connect with us over at bizchicks.net. If you are looking to book an appointment, you can find our appointment links over there also. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. So, again, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking tech in a way that's easy to understand. So join us. We'll be talking to the Tech Divas. And again, we want to say, have a great day and we'll see you soon. We wish um, Robin well and we look forward to seeing her soon. Bye bye, everyone.